Hi. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Toastmasters. Yes. Well, Milk. Milk is a biographical excerpt of the political rise of Harvey Milk. The starring notables in the movie is Sean Penn as Harvey Milk, the protagonist, Josh Brolin, the star in George W., as Dan White, the antagonist and murderer, and James Franco as Scott Smith. He was the first gay lover of Harvey Milk. This movie is not for those who are homophobic. This movie shows an up-close look at male gay lovers and their intimacy. If you're a homophobic, you will have hives by the end of the movie. But really, great movie, loved it. I was entranced the whole time, and I'll begin to kind of discussing the movie, how I saw it. And it basically started in the 1970s, and they dressed like it. And it showed Harvey Milk going in a New York subway, and he meets his first gay lover, Scott Smith. They fall in love, and Harvey wants something more, however. At 40, at that midlife point, he's disenchanted. They decide to take a change and move to a place in San Francisco called the Eureka Valley, and they moved on a street called the Castro Street. And there they had a growing homosexual community. This community was receptive to their lifestyle, and that's why they moved there. They also then decided to start a store, and this is where they first started encountering prejudice. This prejudice leads Harvey Milk to start in the life of politics. He sees police abuse of gays is shown in raids of gay establishments where they were openly being gay and having nightclubs. And I guess at that time, which I wasn't aware, that was looked down upon quite a bit. Also, his store, he wanted to become part of the Merchants Association, and the Merchants Association openly said, we don't want gays. So this is where Harvey finds his cause. This is the very first spark in his heart where he knows he has to do something. So what he does, he starts organizing the gays against the stores that do not serve the gay community, and also he builds a coalition. Sean Penn, in the role as Harvey Milk, provides excitement and enthusiasm throughout. He builds momentum toward the end that will allow you to follow the many dimensions of the movie. The real issue of this movie is Harvey Milk was very politically savvy. The movie blends political life, private life, and public life of Harvey Milk in a fun and exciting way. It kind of reminds me of the cinematography of Boogie Nights. It mixes humor, satire, and tragedy of his life, and does a good job of relating you to the point of view of the gay movement that you never knew existed. Whether you disagree or agree with homosexuality, you have a completely different perspective on that period of time in San Francisco. By the second year in the Castro, Harvey Milk wants to take action. He begins a long series of campaigns to become the first openly gay elected official in San Francisco. He campaigns many times for different offices. He notes that when a gay is murdered, the police do little or nothing about it. He loses many campaigns, but he doesn't give up. It's the trials and tribulations of his life, and it shows you the impact on his private life and his public life. But along the way, he begins to gather loyal followers and begins to show his political savvy. He becomes known as the mayor of Castro Street. In 1976, he runs against Art Agnos for state assembly. He lost, but he begins to show his abilities to convince people of his ideas and also debate. This is where the movie starts to build momentum and excitement. The movie then follows Prop 6 and its defeat. Prop 6 was essentially a law that would ban homosexuals for certain jobs and activities in the state of California. And at that time, there was Anita Bryant, who was a right-wing Christian, who was lobbying across the country saying that gays were going to ruin our country. Homosexuality was bad, and there was this huge movement against homosexuals, and Harvey was incensed by her words, and so was the gay community. However, Prop 6 was defeated, and this turmoil solidifies his final conquest. He finally becomes an elected official and a supervisor in San Francisco. It is here that we meet his antagonist, Dan White. At the end, the reason Dan White killed Harvey Milk was because of his political clout, not because of his homosexuality. During a short-lived period as supervisor, 11 months, he became very influential on the city board. Dan White felt betrayed, and I think he felt humiliated by Harvey Milk's ability. If anything, you appreciate the purity of the movie. No real special effects, just good acting. The supporting actors in the movie are also notable. The two gay lovers of the movie provide an excellent backdrop for Harvey's personal life. A young gay enters to help Harvey in his political career, a young man, and also provides another dimension to the movie. And Josh Brolin provides a stellar performance for the man who killed Harvey Milk. Harvey Milk is a movie that will make you laugh, think, and cry. In that respect, it will entertain you through the entire length of the movie. Sean Penn gives an excellent performance that depicts Harvey Milk for who he was. I believe Sean has an excellent chance to win Best Actor Award for his historical accuracy, and I think this movie is a must-see. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Charles.